Seoul, October 17, 2025. The atmosphere at one of South Korea's military training complexes suddenly came into the spotlight today after reports emerged that the mother of famous actor and idol Cha Eun-woo returned to visit her son. But different from the usual visit, a military source said that this time the moment was tense and full of serious conversations between the mother and the child. This news immediately caught the attention of the public, especially ASTRO fans and followers of Eun-woo's solo career. Because since he officially underwent military service on July 28, 2025, every little news about him has always been a hot topic. But this time, the concern was not his military activity, but the emotional atmosphere that surrounded his meeting with the mother. An unusual visit. According to an exclusive report from a military source on the scene, Cha Eun-woo's mother arrived at the Kangwon Regional Training Base at around 11 o'clock local time. He came in a black car with a light escort and was immediately directed to the family visit area. Usually, the atmosphere in the area is full of warmth. Many families of young soldiers came with parcels, letters, and even home-cooked food. But this time, witnesses say that the atmosphere between Eun-woo and her mother looks different. They didn't immediately embrace as usual, said a military officer looking on from a distance. Eun-woo stood up straight, while her mother spoke for quite a while with a serious expression. There was no angry tone, but the atmosphere was heavy. Another witness added that the conversation lasted about 20 to 25 minutes, with the two staring at each other more and talking quietly. Some soldiers who were around the area even chose to stay away, because they felt an awkward atmosphere. Gestures and body language that attract attention. This moment quickly spread in the internal circles of the headquarters. An administrative staff member who did not want to be named said that he saw Eun-woo's mother pat herself on the chest while talking, while Eun-woo only nodded slowly. It wasn't a fight scene, he explained, but it was clear they were talking about something important. There is emotional tension, like a mother trying to calm down or explain something to her child. After a few minutes, Eun-woo seemed to touch her mother's hand gently before looking down. The scene made some of the officers who saw it feel moved, although they did not know for sure what happened. One of Eun-woo's co-trainers even mentioned that the actor looked quieter than usual after the meeting. Usually Eun-woo still smiles even though he is busy practicing, said the colleague. But that afternoon he was more alone in the corner of the dugout. We knew maybe he was thinking about his family. Speculations are emerging since there has been no official statement from the military or the Fantajo agency. There has been a lot of speculation in the online media and fan forums. Some fans think there may be personal or family problems that made Eun-woo's mother come suddenly. But there are also those who argue that Eun-woo's mother just wants to make sure her son's condition after several weeks of strenuous exercise. While some netizens attributed the visit to the deep emotions that Eun-woo's family still feels after losing her best friend and groupmate, Moon Bin, last year. Many suspect that the mother may want to provide moral support or talk about spiritual matters related to the commemoration of certain important days. Eun-woo was very close to her family and also to the late Moon Bin, wrote one Korean forum user. Perhaps his mother wanted to convey something that had not been discussed before. Media analysis. Between family closeness and public pressure. Some Korean entertainment media later highlighted this from a psychological point of view. In an interview with family psychologist, Dr. Lee Hyun-soo explained that a serious interaction between a mother and child in a military environment could reflect a mix of worry and pride. Conscription is a stressful time, especially for a public figure like Cha Eun-woo, says Dr. Lee. Families usually bear their own emergencies. If mom comes and looks tense, it does not always mean a quarrel. It could be that he is channeling the worries that have been buried. The media also noted that Cha Eun-woo is known as an obedient and gentle-hearted family boy. In previous interviews, he often mentioned how important her mother's support was in her career journey. It made many fans convinced that no matter what the talk today, the two still have a very close relationship. History of mother and child relationship that is always compact. Since her debut with ASTRO in 2016, Eun-woo has often referred to her mother as her main source of inspiration and encouragement. In a 2020 interview, he once said, "Whenever I get tired, my mother always says, 'Remember who you are, and do your best sincerely. That's what makes me strong.'" The presence of the mother at some public events also stole the show. He is known as a modest figure and rarely appears in front of the media, but is always present at important moments such as big concerts or award shows. Therefore, this visit actually caused a big question mark because the figure, who usually appears warm, looks so serious and emotional. Headquarters atmosphere after the meeting. A few hours after Eunwoo's mother left the military compound, the atmosphere at the headquarters returned to normal. But some soldiers who knew Eunwoo up close said that he looked pensive at dinner. He kept interacting but calmer than usual, said one of the soldiers. Maybe he was digesting something his mother was talking about. According to sources, that night Eunwoo wrote a letter, which he then kept in her personal drawer. It is not known who the letter was intended for, but some colleagues suspect it was for his family. Fan reaction in cyberspace after this news spread through online forums. The hashtag #StayStrongEunwoo began to be widely used on X, Twitter, and Weverse. Many fans sent messages of support and prayers for Eunwoo to stay strong through his military service. No matter what happens, we believe in you, Eunwoo. You always endure everything calmly, wrote a fan from the Philippines. May Mother Cha be well too. Every family must have difficult moments, but their love is real, commented another user from Indonesia. Some large fan bases even took the initiative to create a letter of support project, where fans write digital letters that will be sent symbolically to encourage Eunwoo and her family. The agency responded briefly until tonight. Fantajo Entertainment has not given an official statement. However, an internal agency source quoted by local media said that Eunwoo's mother's visit was a private visit, and there was no incident to worry about. There are no serious problems. It was a normal family visit. It's just that maybe the atmosphere looks emotional because they haven't seen each other for a long time, the source said. However, the agency has yet to answer further questions regarding whether Cha Eunwoo will get a short time off or whether there will be a special message for the fans. The meaning behind Cha Eunwoo's silence. Eunwoo is known as a person who rarely expresses his emotions openly. He often speaks through action, whether in acting, music, or interacting with fans, so the moment of silence and serious gaze between him and his mother today just feels more meaningful. Many fans thought that perhaps Eunwoo was struggling to balance roles as a son, best friend, and public figure amid his stressful military life. Reflection and hope. In the context of military life, every soldier, especially those from the entertainment world, faces its own challenges. Public pressure, adaptation to discipline, and longing for family can create emotional tension. Cha Eunwoo, with all the fame and the weight of expectations, is now going through a very human chapter. A serious encounter with the mother may be just one small piece of her long journey as a growing child. Cover. Until now, there has been no exact explanation about the content of the conversation between mother and Cha Eunwoo. But one thing is for sure, the moment shows that behind the camera spotlight and overwhelming popularity, Cha Eunwoo is still a child who is very close to his mother. The silent visit is now a reminder to many of the meaning of family, support, and the power of a mother's love in the midst of all the stresses of life. The public is now waiting for official news from the agency, while hoping that whatever the two are talking about is just part of the normal life process, and that Eunwoo will again display her warm smile when he returns to the stage after completing state duties.